Okay, so 6.1, completing the square. So let's recall the three forms that we've learned so far. Okay, so what's factor form? Yep.
Y equals A bracket X minus R bracket X minus F.
Right. Okay, and factor form we said tells us what?
The x-intercept.
The x-intercepts. Right. Okay. Vertex form. Yep. Jonathan?
Y equals A X minus H squared plus K, and it tells us the vertex.
And it tells us the vertex. Good. And then lastly, standard form. Yep.
Y equals AX squared plus BX plus E, and it tells us the Y.
Good. Okay, and it tells us the y-intercept. Okay, so what we've learned is if we are given this form or this form, we can expand and simplify to get the standard form. So what we're doing today is if you're given standard form, how do we go back to vertex form? That's completing the square. So completing the square tells you to go from standard to vertex. All right. So then that's why we have to do completing the square. Okay. 1 second, Leandro. So recall perfect square trinomial. If I give you this, do you guys remember how to factor this?
Yeah.
All right, William.
You find the multiples of each one, so the.
But it's a perfect square trinomial.
Square them by the, or divide them by the perfect square root.
Okay, so 9 is
3.
Yeah, so 3 and 3, and then what's the sign in between them?
Plus minus.
Oh, there is a middle term, so it's a plus and a plus. So you get y equals x plus 3 squared. Right? Okay, so this is kind of combining what we learned in the last two chapters with factoring and quadratics. Okay, so let's see how it ties in to these steps. Okay, so to convert from standard form to factor form, we have to follow these steps right here. Okay, so let's do this example together. Given this, make the equation in standard form. Is this already in standard form?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Okay, good. Step 1, done. Okay, step 2, factor out a value from the first two terms, even if you get a fraction. So what is the a value in this case? A value. William? 1, right? So I'm factoring out, I don't need to really write that 1, but I just want to show the step. So if it's not 1, then you would have to factor out that. Okay, so that was the second step. I factor out the a value from the first two terms. In this case, it's just 1, so I didn't really do much. Okay, third step, Sarah, I'll get you set up in just a second. Okay, third step, add and subtract b divided by 2 inside the bracket. Okay, so after 1, x squared plus 3x. What's my b value? Jonathan? 3, right? Yeah, so 3 over 2 square is not, equals 9 over 4, right? So what I have to do here, this is the tricky part. What you have to do is you have to add and subtract that value. So plus 9 over 4, and then minus 9 over 4. So as if we didn't do anything. Like I'm adding 5 and then subtracting 5, so I haven't done anything. Okay. So that's this step right here. Oh, sorry. And then the plus 2 is still on the outside. Okay, I'm going to multiply the fourth term by the a so that I can bring it out of the bracket. So I have to multiply this with this to bring it outside the bracket. So y equal 1x plus 3x plus 9 over 4 minus 9 over 4 and then plus 2. Okay. And then lastly, I'm going to complete this square. This right here is actually a perfect square, just like how we did up here. Okay? So this will be, this is a perfect square. So it's actually x plus 3 over 2. Where have we seen the 3 over 2? Yeah.
Because you subtract from the
This right here. This right here, the 3 over 2. It's always going to be this b over 2. Okay. And then simplify this part. Sorry, I know it's very squish. And then here, negative 9 over 4 plus 2 gives you negative 1 over 4. Is it? Yeah. Negative 1 over 4.
is it this one?
Keep fraction. Keep fraction. Okay, and so is this in factor for vertex form now?
Yes.
What is my vertex?
Negative 3 over 2 and negative 1 over 4.
That's right. Okay, William.
Why did we change the 3 over 2 to always square it?
Yeah, it's squared. That's why. Okay, so this right here, it was because of this. Just like at the beginning, you know how to factor that into this. This is the same reasoning. So what was the purpose of doing the plus 9 over 4 and minus 9 over 4? So that we can create this perfect square to factor into this. Okay, we're going to do another example using this one. Okay, let's try this one again. So now this one, first step. First step, is this in standard form?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, second step, I need to factor out the a in the first two terms. Alright, so what's my a value? William, 3. I'm factoring out the 3 in the out of the first two terms and first two terms only. Okay, so 6x divided by 3 gives you the 2x. So this is what my second step look like. The minus 5, I leave it outside the bracket because I'm not factoring that. That's my third term. I'm only factoring the 3 out of the first two. Okay, are we good with that step?
Yes.
Good. All right. Next, I'm going to do the add and subtract b over 2 squared. So y equals 3 x squared plus 2x. So b, my b value is 2 divided by 2 squared. Okay, 2 divided by 2? 1. Yeah, so 1 square is 1. So what am I doing here? Sydney? Add 1 and take away 1. The order does matter. You always have to do plus 1 first and then minus 1. All right, don't forget the minus 5 at the end. Okay. Yeah. And then now 3 bracket. My fourth step is to multiply the fourth term out of the bracket. All right. Who wants to try telling me what to write here? All right. William, you want to tell me? Excellent. Right. Good. So I'm just multiplying the 3 with the negative 1 to bring it up. Okay. Now, I think this is easier to see. You can see this easier. It is a perfect square. Oh, because we multiplied that out. because before it was inside the bracket, now it's outside the bracket. So that's why we have to multiply it up. Okay, this is a perfect square. What is it perfect square to? Yep. Yeah. Okay, where did we get that 1 from? Right here. Okay, and then that is just minus 8. Okay, and so, Jaden, what is my vertex? Yeah. Okay, so that's how you go from center form to vertex form. Completing the square, it really does take a practice. Once you are used to the steps, then you will know what to do. Yeah.
Where does the 2x go?
Because I factored it. This factored to this. If I were to do FOIL x plus 1 times x plus 1, I'll expand it out and I will get this. Yeah, so this is that's the purpose of completing the square, is you want to create a perfect square so that you can write it in vertex form. Yeah, yeah, that's the b divided by 2. So whatever that number is, that's their perfect square number. Okay, let's try one more. This one more. One last example. Okay. Taylor, can you read the question for us?
T to the power of plus 11.676 plus 2.4. What is the maximum height of the ball if t equals power 10 and h equals equals height in meters?
Okay, so I want to find the maximum height, aka vertex. Good. Okay. Gavin, you're gonna help me with this because exactly. That's why I want you to lead me through this. Sydney, you want to do it? Oh, well, did you have a question? No. If it's decimal, you can use decimals. Okay, so Gavin, I'm gonna lead you through this. So first step, is this in center form? Good. First step, done. Second step, what is my second step?
You take out the a.
Good. Okay, what's my a value?
Negative 4.9.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take out negative 4.9 from how many terms? Yeah, the first two. So 11. Well, my calculator will not work. Okay, so 11.76 divided by negative 4.9, I get 2.4. So negative 2.4t. Okay, and then plus the 1.4, which is still there, didn't disappear, didn't do anything with it yet. Okay, and then so I did the second step. Third step, I have to do the add and subtract part. Okay, what's my b value? Yeah, so negative 2.4 divided by 2, and then I'm squaring it. Alright, which is negative 1.2 squared. Okay, negative 1.2 squared is 1.44. Okay, so I'm gonna add 1.44 and subtract 1.44. So again, it's like I haven't done anything. Okay. Okay, so Andy, help me with the next step. Step number 4. Step 4.
You multiply negative 1.9 with negative 1.4.
Yeah. Right, so that I can bring it outside of the bracket. So negative 4.9 t squared minus 2.4t plus 1.44. Okay, I'm going to multiply these two to outside the bracket. So 4.9 times negative 4.9 times negative 1.44. I get positive 7. Let's round it to 7.1. Okay, don't forget this 1.4 is still on the outside. I haven't done anything with it yet, so I keep it there. Okay. So the purpose of that is to create this perfect square right here. So here's the tricky question. Okay, what does this factor to? All right, Jonathan.
T plus 1.44. And then you do 7 point plus 7.1 plus 1.1.
All right, so remember it's using this number right here. All right, that's why we keep it on the side, the b divided by 2. So Sydney, since I heard you say, oh, what do you think?
T minus 1.2.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's why I have this on the side to remind me what I put there. It's always that, the b divided by 2. Yeah.
So I'm confused. How are we factoring that down to that?
Okay, let me just finish this part off. So 8.5. So plus 8.5. This, let me just write on the side, t minus 1.2. If I do FOIL on this, I'm going to get t squared minus 1.2t minus 1.2t plus 1.44. So when I simplify it, I get t squared minus 2.4t plus 1.44, right? Ta-da! So this, when I factor it out, I get this. So when I factor it, I get back to this. This confused? 1 second. Yeah. Okay, so remember this is t minus 1.2 square, which is this right here. So not just squaring that. Yeah, so negative 1.2 times negative 1.2 on your calculator gives you the 1.44. Okay, so that's why at the beginning of the class we did this question right here, so that you remember how to factor a trinomial into a perfect square.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, and then Tayden. Okay. Sure. Okay. So don't worry about this challenge question. By the sound of it, I think you guys need an extra example instead. Okay, so let me give you one to try right now. An example 4. Oh, sorry, I forgot to conclude right here. So what is the maximum height? So your vertex is 1.2 and 8.5. So if I were to translate this into a complete sentence, what would it be? Jonathan?
In 1.2 meters.
Seconds?
Seconds.
Yep. The ball
is 8.5 meters. The ball reaches 8.5 meters.
Right. Good job. Meters. Okay. Let me give you guys okay. Let me give you guys a example. Okay, here. Y equal 1.5x squared plus 6x minus 7. Okay, can you guys try this now? Okay, so Rashan, is this in standard form?
What?
Is this in standard form?
Tiger Woods now is Britney Spears.
So the
Yes,
ax squared plus bx plus c, yes, it is. So step 1, done. All right, step 1, done. Step 2, you're going to factor out the a from the first two terms. So what's the a value here, Rashan?
What's my what?
A value.
1.5.
1.5. I'm going to factor out the 1.5 out of the first two terms and two terms only. So 6 divided by 1.5 is 4. So plus 4x. Okay, am I doing anything with this minus 7?
No.
No, so just copy it straight down. Okay. Ion. My third step is going to do the add and subtract part. So 1.5 x squared plus 4x. I'm going to do the plus and minus. So remember, it's b divided by 2 square. Okay, what's my b value? 4, right? So 4 divided by 2 is, here, I'll write it here. So it's 2 square, which is just 4. Okay, I'm going to highlight this on the side so that I remember that's my perfect square. Okay, so what do I put here then? Ethan? Sorry.
Plus 4 and minus 4.
Does the order matter?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, always the plus first and then the minus. Did I do anything with the minus 7?
No, you put it down again.
Right.
Good job, Rashawn.
Good. Okay. Next, step number 4. What is step 4, Rashad?
I never understood past step 3.
Okay, so that's why I asked you step 4 because I know you got lost after that. So step 4, can you read it for me?
Oh yeah, I got you. Multiply the fourth term by a.
Yeah.
So it is out of the bracket.
Right. So the fourth term, which is this minus 4 right here.
Minus 4.
Yes. And my a value again is?
1.5.
Yeah, so I just multiplied those two together so that I can bring it out of the bracket.
Okay.
So 1.5 x squared plus 4x plus 4. I'm going to multiply it to bring it out of the bracket, so that will be minus 6. Okay, William, this is the part where you are having trouble.
The integral will be x plus 2 bracket square.
Yeah, so this is a perfect square. So it's x and then something. What is that number? 2. What I highlighted over here. If it's plus 2, it's plus 2. If it's minus 2, it's minus 2. Right, so I would say this is the toughest step. Okay, seeing how I get from this perfect square to here. Sometimes you'll get decimal and it looks ugly. Just remember it's this highlighted number that you before you square it. Okay.
What the y value?
What?
Is there something to y?
No, the y is in the front.
Fine, put it down.
Okay, so Sydney, what's your vertex?
My -2 and -13.
Right. Okay.
Good job, Sylvie.
By the way, thinking back to last week, Gavin, if this is my vertex, does this open up or open down? Up, because? Because the A is positive. Is this a stretch or compress? Stretched by 1.5 times. Right, okay. So even though 1.5 I can write as 3/2, And it's a fraction, but it's a fraction bigger than 1, so it is still a stretch. Yeah.
Why is there y at the beginning?
At the beginning, because it's part of the equation, just like how we've always had the y in the front. Okay, so try these questions on the back page. So in this package, I did something different. I put all the questions at the back. All right, so just like a textbook. So all the questions is at the back, page 270. 3 to 6 are the basic complete the square, and then these ones are the harder ones. Make sure you try them, and then these are word problems, just like the football. All right, so try as many as you can until you absolutely get the idea.